This is Influencing the Right Way. Our goal is to raise the standard of the fitness industry. We're out here trying to make people's lives as healthy and as happy as we possibly can. And the only way we're going to do that is if we take it as serious as a medical doctor does. What it do? You are listening to Influencing the Right Way with the Viking and
Sarah freaking Sloan.
What's going on, girl?
Hey.
How's your day?
It's been good.
Yeah, these are always long. For in case anybody doesn't know, we shoot these like late at night. So it's like 9 p.m. and we've been going all day long. But there's something about that I kind of love. Do you know what I mean?
And these are just so fun that you kind of just forget, you know?
Yeah, but I was telling about it earlier, like I get a little slap happy. Like,
So it's even better?
Yeah.
Hysterical a little
so it's
bit?
kind of like I'm on drugs while I'm doing this.
Just grandpa and tired.
Grandpa. So, okay, guys, this is Influencing the Right Way. What we're doing here is raising the standard of the fitness industry. So, if you know someone else, if you can get some value out of this and you think somebody else could get some value out of it, I would greatly appreciate you sharing that with them. Today's podcast would be something you probably could share with a lot of people. This is how to pick a career in general.
Very large topic, but we're going to make it super concise.
Yeah. So I actually do like talking about this a lot. Obviously, run my own company. And so when I have that interview with a new employee, I actually like to be very general with them and tell them like, hey, if you are looking for a long-term career, these are the 3 things you want to be looking for. I feel as though our organization does fulfill that. But if I give you these, this company may not have the right answers for you in each one of these, right? And the reason I do that isn't because I want to turn employees away. I want to turn the wrong employee away, right? So if you can't, find answers for each one of these 3 things with my organization, don't be here. Same thing for anybody else. If you're really passionate and want to get into the fitness industry and you're looking for an organization, these are the 3 rules to look for. And if a company follows these things, then you know it's going to be a good fit for you as long as you want a long-term career.
Yeah. Give me the first one.
So this one is very easy to understand because it's practical, it's objective, and you can see exactly what it is. This means, does the company have a proven track record of expansion? So I don't necessarily mean growth, right? Growth could mean you're just selling one thing and you sell more and more and more of it, which is not bad, right? That's a good thing to look for. But if you want to have upward mobility in an organization over a long time, you got to look, are they expanding horizontally as well? Are they growing in revenue, but also increasing new products, new services that they offer? They have line extensions. Maybe they're opening up new locations. They're opening up in new states or cities. If they have a proven track record of doing that, you imagine that as the base of a pyramid grows, it can get taller. That height is how high, how many positions there are upwards in upward mobility in the company. So you can learn more skills, you can do better things, you can make more money. The company's got to be expanding outward as well. Yeah,
the more the foundation is set, the higher you can go. But in a career, obviously that's what you're looking for. You want something stable. And that foundation is what's going to make it stable.
No, absolutely. So, just look real quick. And it could be, maybe it is a young, small company, right? And maybe they've expanded from selling 1 doodad and now they have 4 employees and they sell 2 doodads, right? It doesn't matter, but as long as that's increasing, then they're going to constantly need more people. And then as they increase with more that they're doing, they're going to need more managers and more leaders in their organization.
Beautiful.
What's the second one?
Yes. This second one is finding a place that invests in your education. This is so important because you could imagine if you actually are trying to develop a career within this, if you start in there putting time into you, putting you through educational platforms, making sure that you're always growing in knowledge, but also in skill set. And that means that you'll always have a place to grow within the company. If you start off and they're just all about your skill set and you have the highest education possible, then they're going to pay you the highest amount, but you can't go anywhere from there.
Yeah.
If you want it, if someone hires you and wants you to grow and get more knowledge, then that means that they're invested in your long-term development, which is a career and something stable that you can focus on.
Yep. So there's two things that I always love to add to this one. First, let me give my beautiful analogy. This is real chef's kiss. So you imagine that right now you could go make a ton of money being a stripper.
Oh, yes. I knew you were going to say something like this.
Okay. But if you think about it, what being a stripper is, and there's a lot of other careers that are actually very similar to this, that doesn't make it bad, right? What it means is you're getting paid a lot of money for something that you have, which is youth, looks, energy, whatever it is, right? There are not a lot of 70-year-old strippers making bank, right? You want them when they're young and pretty. And so they're getting paid a lot of money for that thing that they have. And slowly that thing wears out. You're not young forever. So you will actually be making more money when you get started and then slowly and slowly less. And now that may not be a problem for a lot of people. That's totally fine. I don't have anything against it. But then know going into it that you're not learning skills so that way you can move upwards in the organization. Now you imagine there's somebody else at the strip club that you work at, that there's a floor manager, there's a bartender manager, there's a CFO who oversees the finances of it.
Yeah.
So there is mobility upward in the organization, but you as being the actual stripper are not learning new skills that are going to allow you to be able to take that organization over and run it.
Yes.
So, when I like to think about what is the best way to explain that long run in it is what is going to make you more money over time is leverage. A lot of times we live in this weird world now where it's like hustle and grind and get more work and don't sleep, whatever.
Yeah.
And that works to an extent, right? But there isn't a billionaire out there who just like worked more. At some point in time, he had to have leverage so that way he could increase. So let's just imagine hypothetically, we'll use the fitness example. You are a trainer. You can get up to 100 clients. Now, to get more than 100 clients, you would have to only sleep 5 hours, and you can't do that forever. So if you're at your limit, you can't get any more clients. You're at 100. There's no physical way with sleep and eating for you to do more. Leverage is I'm going to take the skills that I have, train 5 other people on how to use those same skills. And now I'm not going to train clients, but I'm going to oversee 5 people who oversee 500 clients, right? So your skill set has to increase. Now you can't be just good at training somebody. You have to be good at making trainers. Then let's say after that, that's going to tap out. Pretty soon you're going to get to 500 clients, right? With the 5 trainers. Then you have to learn, okay, I need to be able to do marketing in a particular way. So that way I can scale this operation to where I can have 20 trainers. Each one of those have 100 clients. And now I've got thousands and thousands of clients, and I'm just getting a fraction of money from each one.
Yeah.
But I've leveraged upwards to now where I'm overseeing more people and I can make more and more and more.
Yeah.
So let's draw that back down to like what you said. If you're at an organization and let's say you're just a trainer to begin with, you better damn well make sure that they're also teaching you how to acquire new customers, what marketing skills look like, how to manage and train other trainers. So you can imagine that an organization that does that, they may actually be paying you a little bit less in money, but what they're really giving you is the skill set. So over time, you can make more money.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And that's where we like to see that switch. Not always, but most of the time, a good long-term career, they're going to teach you and they're going to give you education, but you're not going to make as much to start. And then over time, you'll use those skills to make more and more.
Anti-stripper.
Anti-stripper, the anti-stripper. Okay, so the last one would be relatively simple if you think about it, but we'll go into the discussion a little bit, is can I do this job for 30 years? And that doesn't mean that you love it every single day.
Yeah.
But it means that you could enthusiastically wake up and get excited about whatever that thing is for 30 years. That's a long time. But you got to know yourself well enough to know what those kinds of things are. And for everybody, it's very different. You know, I would imagine that even the thing that you could do for 30 years isn't the same thing that I could do for 30 years. I'm a little more erratic and like kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So something like marketing or advertising is something that I would really like. For you, maybe just genuinely working with people and training other employees is something.
Yeah.
Did I hit that right?
You did. Yeah. I like working with people.
So that makes a big difference. Now, let's review all of those. Is the base of the organization growing? Are they putting out new products, services, locations, so that way you can go higher and higher? Second, are they mainly paying you in education and skills, not just money? Doesn't mean you don't want to get paid, but you can also imagine that working certain places as an internship where you are like working hand in hand with a congresswoman and you are learning all kinds of stuff and increasing your network, they're not paying you anything.
Yeah.
But the skills that you're learning and the people that you're meeting way outrank any $20 an hour job that you could fucking have. The last one, could I do this thing for 30 years? It doesn't mean you will do it for 30 years, but let's say like in our organization, we help people get their fitness results, right? Just to make it very simple. Well, you may not always be the person selling the thing, but you're always going to be working with supplementation or new products or training people. Is this the area of the world, the kind of like game I could play for 30 years?
Yep. And that's just like a relationship, you know, just because you like someone doesn't mean you want to marry them and be with them for the rest of your life. I feel
Absolutely.
like we've all been in that relationship before where you're like, I like you, nothing's wrong with you.
It's not perfect.
It's just not perfect, you know?
But also the other way is you've been in relationships where you're wildly, passionately in love with somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't always mean you should marry them.
Correct.
A lot of times those wild, passionate relationships, they also burn out after a year or two.
Totally, yeah.
Right? Because it's not sustainable. And that's the kind of thing we're looking for in a career and in a life partner.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, that was the podcast. So if you got some information, there were 3 big things there. If any one of those hit home with you, send this to somebody else. Let them know, get some information, and let's raise the standard of the fitness industry, baby.
Woo!
All right, we will see you next time.